Ah, the music stopped. No.
New powers call forth,
Oh,
from
and
the
there's
barrel of
Civ.
muskets to flowers of fire in the sky. Even the quiet words
Yay.
on newly printed pages hold great changes within. The world,
You tell us,
once
Mr.
so
Bean. You
vast and
tell us.
mysterious, has grown smaller
Well,
and more familiar. Yet, there are always questions to be
turn
answered.
him down on the stream. So, good morning. It is I, Guthron. I'm here, even though I wasn't planning on being here. There I am. And I'm joined for the first time in a bit by Chalice Mike. Say hello, Chalice Mike.
Hello, hello, hello. Glitch.
Hang on, hang on. Okay, now say that again. Hello, Chalice Mike.
Glitch. Hello, Chalice Mike. Hello, Glitch.
Hello, who?
Glitch.
Who?
Who?
Who's this glitch you speak of?
Oh. Dimmer likes Glitch better.
Well, Dimmer can,
Stuff it.
yes. That's not the name that I go by. That's a name from a previous life. It's my performance name, not my streaming name. When I'm out performing with fire, that I'll let that name be used, but
not here.
not here. All right, so a few things, housekeeping. We stream for Extra Life. There, see it up there? See it up there? What's this?
Extra life.
See that little thing up there? Someone else needs to donate, so it's not my name up there with my annual. I'm going to start my donations.
Does it have the amount donated listed there?
Yes.
I made it $50, so it changes then.
Yeah.
Is it the team or your personal one?
That's my personal one. Like so, if you go do tiny.cc/extralife2019, that takes you to mine. The team one is separate. Oh yes, this game. So we're back in our Canadian game. Also, I use Stream Puppy to manage the stream. I use OBS to stream, and you can keep up with the channel on Discord. Oh, and of course, I'm an author. There you go. You can find that more. So there's all the initial stuff for now. We'll share more later.
Stupid ad. I must not be logged into my Pixel Sharks.
No. No, you could. Yeah. Oh, you logged in as Chalice Mike.
I don't know. It's logged in on my phone.
Oh, yeah. You may not be logged in. But I mean, if you're trying to get it from the chat, if you weren't already in chat, I'd have to post it again.
Oh, it's fine. I'll do it between turns. Do you plan on doing Taj Mahal?
I don't even know if I can. Oh, I've been playing a lot of RimWorld. I tried to move the screen with ASWD or ASDW. Yeah, I'm already working on it.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, I'll do the Hermitage. Hermitage. Okay. I'm up to my neck in a bad war, but it's a necessary bad war.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid Brazil's trying to win the game. I can't let him do that. War is my only real option. I wasn't putting enough pressure on it. So Mansa Musa is really hard to play with.
Who?
He's the one that gets production cuts on mines and production cuts towards building units and district. And so you're supposed to rely on gold because he makes a ton of gold. But man, it is hard. Like regardless of how much gold you make, it's just not enough to replace that production loss.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna send you a message in
Discord.
no Steam.
Alright, give me the link. I mean,
That's what I'm
pretty
sending you.
simple.
There, you have the link in a functional place that you can click on it.
Guthron accepted a deal. I don't remember what the deal was, but I'm sure it was good.
You were giving me stuff and taking stuff. I don't know. It was you're always demanding when it comes to stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so that URL, if you just cut and paste, it doesn't go anywhere. Is it www.tiny.cc?
No.
Yeah, so tiny.cc/so no
What the heck?
HTTP.
What the heck is wrong with this thing? Hold on. That thing is supposed to work. Oh. Let's try this. Hold on.
That might be why nobody's donating.
Okay, now try it. Yeah, it works now.
There we go.
And the thing is, I updated that before. I don't know why it didn't update itself. Who knows? So the link works now. And I'm sure if somebody had tried already and it hadn't worked, they would have said something. Alright, so let's choose some research. I'll take that.
I'm just doing this real quick. Oh, I need to. Oh, I've got the stream is going on the Extra Life page, so I'm getting double. It is.
Yeah, you have to mute it.
It's ragtag.
The Germans are being butts.
Das Butt.
Das Boot.
German.
Yes, it's Thursday.
I
Paid
probably
with
shouldn't read my credit card information.
Probably not a good idea. I heard you the first time. No, that's not the direction I wanted you to go.
There you go.
I'm not sure if it actually does it because the way the yep, it updated. I just didn't know if it was actually going to play an update.
Yeah.
Because that bar is provided by extralife. Like I got the code for it from them. They built that. I could have that. Mont Saint Michel built that. No, because I don't have a religion. Why would I want that? What shall I build? Shall I build a dam?
How did I forget? Oh,
No, we'll build a work. Just, I don't remember building this town. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I didn't. I took it from the Swedes.
Yes. You are taking all of them.
No, the Germans took some of them too.
Oh.
So, yes, thank you, Golgo, for that donation. We are now up to $100 raised for this year. I want to bump that thing up. I know that there are a couple of people who I can count on to donate later in the year.
But it's just nice for your name not to be the most recent.
Yes.
I get it.
And I think, let me see, I think this. Yep, I need to update that. The commands in the chat. Actually, what I need to do is I need to move all of my commands from the Streamlabs chatbot program into the Streamlabs OBS, so I don't have to have both of them open.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Edit that one. There we go.
We are on different continents, aren't we?
I think so.
I'm currently trying to map the seas.
Oh, yes. I need to. Hold on. I need to call. I need to make a phone call real quick. No, you know what? They can deal with it later. You can be dealt with later, peoples. Okay. The Germans are gonna go put a town up on this coast. Huh?
Anything? I'm exporting per 21 more turns.
See if they'll actually go deal with that thing. I'm gonna send you this way. Magnus, where are you, Magnus? Magnus. There you are.
You are cutting out so bad.
I think it's Discord.
Should we close and retry?
Yeah, because it's you've been breaking up pretty badly also. I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect to see if that helps.
Alright, let's see if that's any better.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, it's you were breaking up earlier. I was just saying what I was trying to figure out where Magnus was.
Magnus is not playing this game with us, is he?
No, Governor Magnus. No. I try to avoid playing this game with the two of you.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Because the two of you are single-mindedly focused on one thing in the game, and that's fighting each other.
Yeah, mine is usually reciprocation. I don't initiate. Oh, I do not like this trade.
What was that?
Oh,
Okay, so not should work fine. So, I'll post that as always. This is a streamer. You know, we have two streamers here with PTSD, and we sometimes talk about other things. I was going to talk about was going to talk more on Tuesday because, it was a little closer to the thing, but I was busy on Tuesday dealing with my issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, since you're still taking your turn, I guess I'll talk about how my week's been, since it's been a week since we've streamed together.
All right.
First off, hey, I took Groot to church again on Sunday. He did much better this time. I still ended up taking him home, but he did do fairly well at being there. He was there longer before we started to clearly get stressed and overexcited, so then I took him home. Monday for me was basically a crapshoot. So I had a job interview on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It was over the telephone, and I was nervous about it because my phone, after I got back from my deployment, I just got a cheap pay by the month thing just to get by for a while while we figure out what we're going to go with once my wife's plan is up in June. So I was concerned that the phone call would drop or something in the middle of the interview, or I was going to have to work out some complicated way to have them call me back on my wife's phone or Skype or something so that I could be inside if I needed to be at the computer for it. But none of that happened, but I didn't spend the whole morning stressed out about it. Plus, I had to make sure I reviewed my work for this, the sample that I sent in of because it's an audio transcription job. So, I won't hear anything back until Monday. So that's just like, okay. So I just went through all that, and I got to wait a week. Okay, that's fine. And then, okay, whatever. You have to wait to find out about a job. Okay, sure. So the very next thing I had on my schedule after that is I had the VA scheduled a assessment meeting with a specialist because when I went to Voc Rehab, they said, you're not as functional as your rating says. You need to go get your rating increased. Translation, you got to go sit in an office and you got to talk about all these issues and try not to get stressed out about it.
Yeah, any appointment where you're talking about it is insanely stressful.
Yeah. Even though they open up with the whole, look, we don't want to trigger you or anything. We just have to ask you some questions and talk about your life, day-to-day stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, because that doesn't trigger at all. Me sitting here talking to you as a 41-year-old adult about how non-functional I am, that's not stressful in the slightest.
Great appointment.
Let's see. Okay. Say that again. You broke up.
Although she doesn't know me from...
Man, something is going on with Discord today. Try this again. Okay. Let's try that again, because I didn't hear anything after I stopped talking.
Okay. Is this better?
Oh, we can hope.
Yeah. So, even though she doesn't know me from Adam, like, there's no reason for her to know me. I follow a girl on Facebook who goes by Agony. Oh my gosh, hang on.
Well, that was interesting.
Was that really loud?
No, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I'm sorry. My microphone, I had set it down to do some cleaning and tidying, and I never moved it back.
Oh, that might be why I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Possibly. The first time I was also getting, it was cutting out for you too, but not the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I follow somebody on Facebook She goes by Agony Audie, like Audie for autistic person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really good. She talks all about, what it's like, life with autism, and explains behavioral traits that are really common with people with autism, and why they happen, why they are effective and not effective.
Yeah.
But it's mental incapacitation is a real thing. It just happens. I'm not trying to say I have autism, even though I'm probably on this scale somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just not severely. But yeah, it's the more people are aware of how we tick, the better.
Yeah. Well, anyway, just sitting in an office, sitting there trying to describe to, you're not getting my favors. Another grown adult, how... Oh, that's nice. I got grievances against Korea because they declared war against an ally. So, but yeah, it's not a simple thing. It's like, it's it's hard to put into words. Like, you're basically sitting there asking them to, verbally to try to understand how difficult it is for you to do some of the things that they probably have no trouble with at all.
Yeah,
and you have to remind yourself
basic.
Go ahead.
Very basic functioning things.
Yeah, like going to the store. I talk about that one a lot because it's something that everybody does, so it's easy for people to understand.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I didn't say this, but I didn't realize until so that appointment was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I went to that appointment. I forgot to feed my before I left.
It's a good example of basic functioning things that don't quite work.
I did. I had all my steps set out and everything, so I wouldn't forget the things I needed to. I needed to make sure I had. But in all my steps, I forgot to make sure that I had something that would go with me in case I forgot to eat breakfast. And sure enough, I get to the appointment. I'm like, I'm hungry. Why am I hungry? Oh,
because I didn't eat.
Exactly.
Oh.
Alright, so let's put you in. Where do we want to put you? Put you in Montreal for now.
Oh, so I think I may have realized why. Remember how we talked about the ice flows? And you had said you thought that it's common for them to be open.
No, I'm telling you, in
capped.
all of the games, in all of the Civ 6 games I'd played, at least since Rise and Fall, I don't know I don't remember prior to that, but I noticed that every single game there was always a gap, like on all sides. It was like something that they coded into it because they wanted to make sure you were never locked in an area or something. That's just
so. I think I understand why and how the change happened.
Mm-hmm.
So with Gathering Storm and the sea level rise
Mm-hmm.
and the ice cap melting, what I've noticed...
They're going to pull... The ice caps are going to pull away.
They do. So that I can promise they do. As the ice melts, the ice caps do pull away.
Okay. It's nice.
So I think it was that they added more ice on the top and bottom to facilitate that melting. Uh-oh, I heard Barbies. Oh, they're near me. Buttholes.
They are. They are. They really,
buttholes.
really are buttholes.
I mean, it's 1530. Can't we be civilized and not have barbarians?
Sure. So anyway, I had that appointment on Tuesday, and the appointment itself was, I mean, it could have been worse, definitely, but in terms of dealing with all of the, the stuff, I mean, yeah, like I said, it could have been worse, but it wasn't as bad as,
As you were fearing.
Yeah, and well, I went to all the trouble to make sure I was there on time, and she was late. So that was great, because it was stressful because Zoe needed to go to school in order to be to a makeup math test.
Mm-hmm.
That added to the stress.
Mm.
You know what? I'm gonna pull back. Kind of wish I'd left that cross right there, because then I could have trapped him. But Monday, so between that Monday evening, I was just, and Monday was a bad day for Groot. He just was having a hard, like he's having issues. I mean, he's still a puppy, but I think he was having issues just paying attention to me when we were out and about, and he'd like, he'd be doing fine, and then all of a sudden something would come along, and then he would just forget all of his training. And I was just so tired. And I remember Monday evening, I didn't care about doing anything. I didn't want to do, I didn't want to, I didn't care about dinner. I didn't care about watching anything. So, you know what? I don't care. I don't really. It's just one of those days where, no, why did you kill the, who was that? That was you. Why did you kill the barbarian?
Why wouldn't I kill the barbarian?
Because there's a German settler right there.
Oh. Sorry.
I'm not hemming that German settler in. That settler has managed to get himself separated from all of his troops.
So, I mean, we can let another barbarian spawn.
Huh?
Sorry.
I suppose I should say thank you.
For ruining your plans.
Well, I mean, the probably would have moved the settler because I moved my catapult instead of leaving it where it was. If I'd left my catapult where it was, I would have had him completely, and he wouldn't have been able to go anywhere. Although I guess he could cross my catapult, so it wouldn't. So, because the plane's on the other side. Yeah. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Didn't even occur to me that those were your troops. Oh no, he's gonna settle a freaking city. But that's okay. If he settles a city, pressure from yours will take it.
Oh, that's what we can hope, right? But I'm going to keep those units on his tail to make it so that he can't. If I can keep him hemmed in over here, then the pressure on him to settle is going to be stronger.
Good.
Why did you go there?
Because it was the best option.
No, I had two moves, and I clicked on a tile for it to go to, and it went the other direction.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand this game sometimes. Hmm. Is there any great person I can get? Boom. Nice. Okay, so I avoided a dark age.
Ah, good.
Although it looks like Taj Mahal is gonna be built in time.
Will or will not?
Will.
Okay, good.
One turn. It's okay. I had so much faith. It's like, what am I going to do?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know at what point it happens, but at some point you can buy flood barriers with faith. It's not right away, so like I said, I don't know when it happens, but that's nice when it happens.
Yeah.
All right, another government tile. Governor tile. Where are my governors?
Commercial there. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, political shop. Oh, and built in a district. Yay. Choose some production. Give me ancient walls. No, this. Not that, this. And that. And library. And yeah, go from there. See, now would be a great time for that barbarian encampment to spawn.
Yes. Yes. Just step over and take it.
Because I'm pretty sure the settler can't take the barbarian encampment.
I know builders can, so I don't see why settlers wouldn't be able to. If you think it's a risk, I can raid it.
No, it's okay. No, they're not going to hurt me.
I was just thinking he'll get it.
It's not going to hurt me. I don't care about that. There's no way him putting a city there is going to be beneficial.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Hang on. Hello? One thing I hate about this phone number. Lots of robocalls.
I've been getting a bunch of those recently too. It's really irritating.
Well, and the thing is designed where if you press the remove me number, the no number, before they finish their message, it starts. So you have to press it a second time.
Ugh.
You're not going that direction. We may be allies. We may be allies, but I'm going to make your life difficult in terms of that when it comes to that city.
Oh, I thought you were talking to
and
me.
Because she was so beautiful.
Not you. Oh, hi, Groot. Hi. Yeah. You can sit right there for a little. You can lay down. There's Groot. Now everybody can see him. We'll see how long he stays there. Well, cellist Mike takes his time with his turns.
Yeah, I have to figure out where to send this.
See, even if the Germans were to complain to me about my troops following his settler, it's like, look, I'm just providing you protection from barbarians. Since you were enough to send it out there without anything.
Yeah, it's completely on him. Oh, I need oil. Dang it.
So yeah, Monday I was feeling like a complete failure, and then Tuesday morning I got to sit down and talk about how
You felt like a complete failure.
yeah, but
Dang it.
but I mean, there's okay. So let's take a step back and look. I did a job interview. I was stressed during it, but I managed to get through the interview.
Yep.
I went and I talked about my issues, the new stuff with the VA, so now they've got the information. And I've used to bring in money for our family. So I mean that's good. And found out yet on Tuesday afternoon, Art got invited to. While she's trying to set up her practicum for her counseling, she's been trying to find ways to just help bring some income in. Well, that doesn't tie her down long term, and she's been working on getting her licensure back with Virginia, and then having it crossed over into Texas. Well, she found out Tuesday that she's been invited to substitute orientation, so she can start. So, yeah, hasn't all bad. And then okay. So yesterday I spent a long day out doing Uber just to bring in the De Niro. It was a good day. Although I did determine that the lunchtime crowd is definitely more generous than the nighttime crowd. There were a lot more.
Oh, good.
There was a lot more tipping going on at lunch, as in every single person I delivered to tipped, whereas at night not so much.
Which is so fascinating to me, like the concept that people don't tip.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so well, for now you're just going to go to sleep, buddy. Got no other place for you to spread your great works. Nope, you're not getting my stuff. You're not getting my stuff.
They always try, but I don't get it.
They want it. I mean, they're like, yeah, but just share it with us. Like, nope.
It's not how this game goes.
You're not going to be anywhere near as generous with me, so why should I be generous with you?
I never give them diplomatic favors, and I almost never give them strategic resources unless it's obscenely
beyond. I traded some horses and iron, but that's just because I'm maxed out in them.
Yeah.
Again, I'm already maxed out in them, but no one's asking for them.
Well, and we're in the age of niter and coal and soon
no one's asking.
Oil, so
yeah, no one's asking me for niter right now. But
I mean, you can adjust their offers and make them things that you want.
I hear you. You go there.
So I never do the repetitive ding. I even go so far as if I have to undo it, I'll then wait to click it until you're done.
Huh.
But you have repetitive dinged me.
No purpose.
Oh, okay.
I went back into my turn. I think I've only.
I mean, not today.
I think I've done it. No, I have done it on purpose, but usually I tell you I'm doing it.
Oh, see, and I never do. So when you scoff at me or when you give me poop for dinging at you.
You lay down? What are you doing? Hmm? Oh, hi. Say hi, Groot. Say hi. You're on camera. See? Camera. Right there. See? You're on camera. Hi. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Today's schedule is definitely different, and he let up.
Like he was hungry, or
He was. No, he was. He did not want to stay in bed as long as he did.
Oh. I saw Art posted something, or you posted something about Groot knowing how to use the bell.
Yes, he does. He knew.
That's awesome.
He uses a bell now to let us know about. Speaking of, he's. Can you hear him?
Yep.
Hey, you know what? No. Okay.
Good as time as any.
So I'm going to. Hold on.
Take the pup out.
Yep. I need to. Where is it? There. I'll be right back.
Right. So, faithful followers, it's just us. What kind of evil conniving can we come up with? I could send a spy to his empire. That would be fun. Let's see what else. Could take over suzerain status of some of his city-states. See if he notices. We're not going to do that. Just going to finish my turn. But yeah, so tiny.cc/... Oh, well, I guess either... what was it? What was his Extra Life 2019? But also, if you want to go to the team page, it's tiny.cc/pixelsharks with no underscore. But he didn't really talk about it much. He sometimes does. But to charity raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals across the U.S. And, the personal stories that people share. Mine, not as impactful. A lot of my impact stories are cousins, kids, things like that. And I don't really know them. But Children's Miracle Network hospitals are one of those things that, regardless of your political beliefs here in America, healthcare is obscenely expensive. I don't care whether you're getting it through your company, your company is paying $1,000 a month, maybe less depending on the plan, but $1,000 a month per person on the plan. So even if you don't think of that as your money, that's money they're paying on your behalf. And then, if you're paying it privately or through the Affordable Care Act, it's still, how much it is. Healthcare is not freaking cheap. And it's like one of those things that everybody has to have. And so when you have kids, like regardless of regardless of the political thoughts, regardless whether you think that somebody that doesn't have adequate healthcare for their kids is a douchebag or a good person or a bad person, I don't care. Kids that can't get the care they need is terrible. So Children's Miracle Network hospitals, just like the St. Jude's, there's other more local programs, but man, everybody needs to have a heart for stuff like this. I guess you don't have to have a heart. I don't put people without hearts, and I'm not going to judge people for not donating, but it's hard for me to sit back and watch people in need, especially kids. That's one of those litmus tests for where does your heart lie. And
what are you talking about?
Oh, I was telling everybody about the Extra Life.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So 100% of the proceeds go to Children's Miracle Network programs at hospitals around the country.
Yeah, and actually I got an email from the hospital that I support talking about what the money went to this year. I I should have that
Nice.
open next time. I can talk about it.
I was trying to not guilt trip people, but it's hard to not talk about it and not guilt trip. Or it's hard to talk about it and not feel like you're guilt tripping somebody.
Since he mentioned it, there's the link. And we know it works.
I also gave them the one for the team page, but I verbally gave them yours and the team page one. Let's see.
That'll take Germany off.
Is he groaning? Grunting?
That was that. He whines to himself sometimes. It's quite funny.
My navy is very nice now.
Well, that's good.
Yes, we should kill somebody. Who should we kill? Uh-oh, I lost his stupid settler. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so those barriers that you've got down on that southern polar cap should melt the first melting point.
Oh, okay.
Which is in 913 turns. That'll escalate quickly, though.
Yeah, once people start really hitting the industrial age.
Yeah. I hate it because, like, I never build oil burning plants or coal burning plants. But just having traders, having units burns so much that I'm usually the top producer.
Yeah.
Of emissions.
Go lie down.
And I get agriculture is also a huge one.
Yeah.
But this game doesn't take into account agriculture.
I think he's going to not cooperate anymore about the camera, so I'm just going to turn it off. If I could find a way to set it so that it would cover his area, but the problem is he's got this rectangular lengthwise area right here that runs in front of my desk and over to the door to my right, but he also has his kennel, which is behind the green screen. So.
Now what?
Well, I don't have to worry about the Germans setting down a city anymore.
Yeah, they moved.
They went to water. So
I am tracking them with my privateer. See if I can't make sure they don't dink with us.
Well, I have another settler coming out in a couple of turns.
Okay.
But I was going to put it because I'm tired of and spies.
It's coming back. Ooh, oil. I only have coastal oil. That's BS. I hate. I don't like that. Alright, let's see. You've got to have oil. I'm going to see if there's any that's... I'm not going to look under like your districts or anything, but I'm going to see if you have any oil that you can drill for. Oh, you do. So Uppsala... Well, I guess it's Uppsala and Ottawa, that space that you don't have purchased yet. The tundra space that's just kind of stuck there, unowned. That's oil.
Okay.
Dang. Yeah, that's like all the oil I'm seeing. I'm sure you have some under districts. Or wonders.
I need... transfer to this.
Purchase.
Okay, there we go. Alright, so I talked about mine. It's time for you to talk about your week.
Dang.
That was a big sigh.
Yeah, it's just been a crappy week for me.
I know.
So,
Seem to recall you had an appointment also.
yeah, not remotely as important as yours. But, let's see. So, I mean, the week had already started kind of rough for me. I've just been in a funk. And, so starting off, I've been in a funk, been in a funk, been in a funk. And
So we've established that you've been in a funk.
And I think my brain wasn't prepped.
Well, if you're thinking, why isn't the smoke alarm going off?
Because there's nothing processing. If it's just spinning and not engaged.
It's funny.
Okay, I'll finish this turn and then.
Yes, you should finish your turn.
Okay, so I was I've been missing classes from lack of sleep. I've been just days on end laying in bed for hours, not being able to sleep. And that's that's the cause of the missing classes, which just reinforces the anxiety, of that rut that I've been in. So, I go in and I take a test for my programming class, which is great. I got a 96, and that's not even counting any of the bonus points that I don't know what I did or didn't get for the bonus yet. But so that sounds like really good news. But it was also the same day that I found out that I had missed a programming test that I didn't even realize had existed. So it was the first time I took a programming test, and coming to find out there'd already been one.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the class that I'm doing the best in, and all of a sudden it's like, well, crap. If this is my best class, I've already missed a test. A quarter of the tests, because there's only going to be 4.
Yeah.
So that was really demoralizing. And then the same day, so this was Monday, the same day, I hadn't been doing a very good job keeping track of. I haven't been doing a very good job of keeping track of when things are due for my history class. A lot of that is, where did this stupid settle? Oh, there he is. He's down. Okay, he's down next to the land south of Privateer. I guess you probably can't see my Privateer. Anyway, so I like history, but just mentally, even though I'm not taking very many classes, barely enough to be full time, mentally it's been hard for me to keep everything, balance everything in my head, and so history is kind of where it's been falling away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I find out a paper that was due for history. I've been thinking about and mentally dealing with writing the paper for my English class, but the history paper had just kind of slipped my mind. And so I get into my history class and she's like, oh, everybody hand in your papers, come to find out they were due that morning.
Whoops.
So that was, a pretty significant anxiety hit.
Yeah.
Along with, there's quizzes that are always ahead of where we are in class. So mentally, I'm not thinking, oh, I need to read the next chapter. When we're still studying one chapter, I need to read the next chapter and do the quiz for it. Like that, just my brain hasn't been processing that. So I missed yet another chapter quiz for history. And so I was just, all of this is just super stressed. I'm worried, I'll probably get a B in math. I'm worried about passing English or history altogether.
Yeah.
I'm worried about getting a D or an F. And so I'm like, well, the least I can do is, with all these sleeping problems, it's directly because of my disability. So let me go talk to I had an appointment with the disability accommodations office.
The Germans just declared war on my ally.
I hate that much more grievances for him. So I go in, to ask for, hey, it's not something that I know if it's going to come up, because the teachers seem to like me. Okay, they see that I'm at least trying in class, if not outside of class, I don't know. But I've missed enough classes that every single teacher is within their policy right to kick me out of class.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I went to ask for a, hey, I don't know that this is going to come up, but can we at least preemptively get something established where if it does, I don't get kicked out of class?
Yeah.
And so they told me what they needed. So I brought, my medical records. I brought the documentation that I'm disabled.
That was me, by the way. I got Taj Mahal.
I was actually looking at it, that's nice. But so I get there, and they were like, oh, yeah, this is all good, but you still have to have a doctor's note. And to me, it's like, I have to make an appointment. And for as many things as I like about the VA, it's hard to get appointments. Like, unless it's an emergency, you have to wait and wait and wait. So, essentially being told you have to go make an appointment. We can't help you until you come back, which isn't what they said. They said that if you're going to get kicked out of class, send them our way. We'll see what we can do until you get the note. But it just tipped me so far over. I'd already been having, mild panic attacks, and it's just rough. I've been trying to just mentally process.
I just proposed a deal.
All right. One of those, you want to try.
What's their group?
You have new things. But yes, I've just been mentally processing, like, what do I do if I can't do school?
Yeah.
Just looking at houses to rent or apartments that are not too expensive, thinking about, well, what if I just got like a little bit of land, bought a small plot of land with like a single wide or a double wide trailer house or something. Just, what would life be like if I, because I've just time and time again shown that I can't functionally work. And if I can't do school,
what can you do?
Besides, financially, I can afford. I'm not supporting anybody else. It's just me, so I can financially afford to live off the disability. It's just. So, for example, one of probably my biggest therapeutic goal, that it's been this way since I got out of the, since I started therapy. My biggest therapeutic goal is is essentially just be a human being, function, participate in society. You know, as stupid and as simple as that may sound to some people, it's really, really the simple things that are my goals.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's been a disheartening, difficult week, but I got a good night. I actually fell asleep within an hour last night.
Wow.
It was shocking. I didn't
Congratulations.
waste my day napping yesterday.
It's nice when the nice days happen.
Yeah. So I feel better today. I mean, I still mentally understand the struggle, understand the repercussions of everything. I understand. You know, I get what it is, but I can accept it. You know, even if I do fail my classes, as long as I stay in the class, don't get pulled for absences, I won't have to pay the VA back. If I drop the class or get kicked out, I'll have to pay it back.
Yeah.
But if I just don't pass, you don't have to pay it back. It'll just be a sign that, hey, you really do just need to just chill, lay low, and then, like you said, go back to therapy.
Well, yes, that should be.
That's a given.
That should be happening anyway.
Therapy, yeah. Well, I was doing well enough that, you know, I could functionally have been done with therapy, but having gone back to work for a little over a year in that climate, in that job, just brought me back. Not all the way down, but
close to it.
To a dark place, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to a place where I do need therapy again. Insane. So that's where I am. It's a better day today.
Yeah.
Still rough, but it's a better day today.
Yep.
And I'm really itching to kill somebody in this game.
Well, we've been streaming for an hour, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call the stream.
Okay.
So if you just want to hang around while I wrap up the stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and mute Discord for a bit. Go ahead and say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So thanks for joining me again today. I'll be back with you in a bit, okay?
Right.
So, thanks for joining us today. A bit later than normal, but it's just been an odd week. We appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out with us. I'll be back tomorrow morning, regular time, for some RimWorld. I've been playing on my own, so to have some improvements to show you guys. So as always, as I just posted, Extra Life. Thanks to Golgoth for donating. You can see the donation tracker up there. I use Stream Puppy. That's what I'm using right now. You can find out more about me as a published author at that page. I use OBS. You can keep track of the Discord. You can keep track of the channel there in the Discord. And you can find out more about how you can support my creative outlets at that Patreon right there. So I'm going to use Stream Puppy right now to find someone to host. Probably going to host the game mechanic, continue the Civ theme on the channel. If you aren't already following the game mechanic, you should. He's a friend of the channel. He's a much better Civ player than I am. You can learn a lot from him. So I'm going to go ahead and cast a host for him, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.